For thousands of years, philosophers from all civilizations have had the same question. Which Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 character would Adolf Hitler main? And after extensive research, I think I finally have come up with an answer. First things first, let's get the obvious ones out the way. Sunflower, this character is a high, loving and kind void. I hate voids, and I seriously don't think Hitler would ever want to play her, even though he also was a drug addict. I think he would get very angry at the Sunflower because she seems like a leftist. He's not too fond of the left, as you may know. Hitler would never want to play as a retarded looking midget, as he would probably want to put people looking like Imp in the camps. But I think he would be very impressed by the Zedmech though. But because of Imp being sub 5, Hitler would hate him and never ever think about touching him, ever. I do think Hitler would be very impressed by scientists, but I do get very Jewish vibes of him, and as we all know, Hitler and Jews, it doesn't work that well. So scientist.
You need to leave!
Rose is a magical void, and I do think Hitler would not want to play as her, because she's way too feminine, so no Rose toy for Hitler sadly. Citron, I think Citron is supposed to be black, at least that's the type of vibe I get from him. So for pretty obvious reasons, Hitler would never want to play as a round and fat black guy, so Citron is sadly a no. Champer's whole strategy is eating people, and Hitler would be very against it because he would think that's disgusting and insane cannibalism like the tribal people that he hates. Also the fact that Champer can dig underground would probably give him pretty Jewish vibes. New York Times. So Champer is a no.
I'm naked with my
Captain Dreadbeard. Even though Hitler would love almost everything about Captain Dreadbeard, his parrot, his gun, him being white, there's one big problem. He is crippled. And as we all know, Hitler hated cripples and he would probably want to see him dead. So Dreadbeard, get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out of here!
Now we are on to the questionable sections, with characters who would play but not specifically main. Pea Shooter. I do think he would like Pea Shooter, but he would think that Pea Shooter is more of an obedient soldier than a tough leader like himself. He would love to have Pea Shooter in his team and might even play as him once in a while, but never as his main though. He would like Cactus because of the helicopter onion, because as we all know, Hitler loved his Air Force and Blitzkrieg, which relied on air support. He would also like how tall Cactus is. I think that he is an Übermensch and that his genes should be passed down. But I think he wouldn't want to main Cactus because he would rather give the Air Force character to Göring instead. So he might get a playthrough every once in a while, but never as his main. He would love Engineer as a teammate because he can have that big minigun which he would love to use on his enemies. And he can also transport himself with the jackhammer, and Hitler would get reminded of the Blitz by that. But Engineer is also overweight, and Hitler would think engineers are not the leader type, but the type getting led by someone. So I think he would give Engineer a go every once in a while, but never play him as his main. Foot Soldier has everything Hitler wants. He's an obedient soldier with a rifle, jetpack, gas grenade, and a rocket launcher. And he's white and Aryan. Like, this is Hitler's wet dream. But Hitler would not himself play as a soldier that often, because he would rather play as a bigger role than a soldier, and would maybe get PTSD from when he fought as a soldier in World War I. But I think he would like to play him every now and then, but not as his main. Just to get, like, what's it called, some nostalgia from himself being a soldier. All-Star is also Hitler's wet dream. Tall, athletic soldier, Aryan, but there's one problem, he's American. As we know, Hitler would not be too fond of the American aspect of All-Star, but he would be fond of his other variants, which are not based on American football. So I think Hitler would like to play All-Star, but that he first would want to unlock his other versions, which are not American, but he wouldn't play All-Star as his main. Now, for the moment you all have been waiting for. I have saved one from the plants and one from the zombies. And because you play as both plants and zombies, he would main both of these guys. Let's start with the plants. It's Colonel Corn. He will want to play Colonel Corn because he's a tall and strong and is the boss of all the plants. He can call in airstrikes, throw grenades, and his minigun hands is the perfect soldier in Hitler's mind. Hitler would love every aspect of Colonel Corn and would love to main him. And from the zombies, it's Super Brains! Hitler would love Super Brains because he's Aryan, big, strong, tall, and gives off the vibe of him being a leader. He can fight, and Hitler would love his superpowers as he believed in the supernatural, and Hitler would think that Super Brains is the true Aryan and that he's from Agartha. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment and subscribe. I don't think 6 million likes are possible, so I would be very happy with 271,000. If you think I put someone in the wrong category, feel free to comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this video. Also, sorry for being shit at uploading videos for the whole summer. Goodbye.